poo heads. The other day I was watching a video by YouTuber Guile Winkwo, who you should totally watch by the way, his videos are super good. At one point in the video he did a gag where he made a tier list of cancelled fighting games, so this got me looking up some cancelled fighting games, as you do, which led me to Unseen 64, where there were a bunch of articles for stuff like a cancelled Lord of the Rings fighting game on the Mega Drive, as well as prototype builds of CVS1 that still used alpha sprites, along with reusing backgrounds from Street Fighter 3 and Power Stone. The one I want to talk about though is the article for the unused Battle Heat character. Now this is a rabbit hole within a rabbit hole. Battle Heat is a fighting game for NEC's obscure PCFX console. This console was only released in Japan. It was supposed to be the successor to the PC Engine, aka TurboGrafx 16. It was released in 1994 and got absolutely annihilated by the PS1, Saturn and later N64. Why? Because, talk about backing the wrong horse, the PCFX main gimmick was its FMV capabilities. It had no 3D capabilities. Let me repeat that. A console released in 1994 and the console generation where 3D was all the rage had no 3D capabilities and instead relied on FMV games after the FMV fad of the early 90s. Yeah, no wonder it flopped, but the library for the console doesn't actually seem too bad, and I actually got to play one of these things in person back in 2018 at EGX, where they had Chip Chan Kick, a Bubble Bobble styled single screen platformer that's actually quite fun and has some great music by Hitoshi Sakimoto. The load times were absolutely dreadful though. The controller's surprisingly nice too, but I digress. Here's Battle Heat, a strange FMV based fighting game, and if the art style or character designs look familiar, that's because they were done by Junichi Hayama, who worked on the Fist of the North Star anime, as well as the JoJo OVAs. And I mean, the main character is straight up just a Kenshiro recolor. Anyway, there's 10 characters, but it seems like there was going to be an 11th one. On the previously mentioned Unseen 64 article, there was a video showing off a supposed unused character. The description is as follows. My console fall on the floor, and when I try choose a character, the game stopped for sec, and the name Simeon appear. The music is unused too. The video itself shows some messed up looking corrupted graphics, but there are some interesting things here. We can see a couple of uncorrupted graphics for this character, we can hear some unused music, and we know that this character's name is Simeon, or Simeon, however you want to pronounce it. Going back to the Unseen 64 article, it also says, when you put the CD in the PC Engine, you can see a girl in the upper right in SD form, see not in the game. Now I tried to look up what would happen if you were to put a Battle Heat disc in a PC Engine console. While nothing showed up on the English speaking side of the internet, I also looked it up in Japanese and, would you know it, there it was. And yeah, there does appear to be a character in the upper right who's not seen elsewhere in the game. Or so I thought. It's kinda hard to make out the design here though, because it's a low detailed chibi. It kinda looks like a girl here with long flowing hair and a bow, but actually this is not the case because there is one other thing to mention. In the comment section to the unused character video, someone mentioned how there's a similarly mysterious and seemingly unused character seen in the hard mode ending, and looking into it, that appears to be correct. Now we can have a good look at him and see that both the uncorrupted sprites and error screen match with this, aside from the lighter skin tone of the one on the error screen. Kinda reminds me of how Ralph from Fists of the North Star is similarly inconsistent with his skin tone. So, what's going on here? Well, one thing notable about this game is its gimmick of two sides waging war on each other. When playing as the heroes, you actually fight against two boss characters who aren't normally playable. So, I figured that maybe there's a boss character to fight when you're playing as the villains, but unfortunately no. You just beat the four normal hero characters and that's it. So maybe he's like a super secret hidden boss character, like Akuma in Super Turbo or something. Well, I tried looking up to see if some sort of Battle Heat FAQ mentions him, but as you probably guessed, this game is so obscure there is no FAQ for it. And so here I am. There sure as hell isn't a cutting room floor article for it, so we're kinda screwed, aren't we? I just made this video to spread awareness since I love unused and mysterious content that still has remnants in the final product. That's why I love stuff like R2 from Sonic CD or Rin Satsuki from Toho 6. I'll be amazed if this video gets over 100 views, but if it does, hopefully it can lead to more information about this character being unearthed. Oh, and just to go a bit further down the rabbit hole, the guy who uploaded the video of the error screen is actually the same guy who made that Japanese blog that featured Microsoft Binbos. Small world, huh?